Hello and welcome back. Game 2 of a non-conference doubleheader opening the season for Salve Regina softball with Johnson & Wales University. The Seahawks and Wildcats played earlier at 3 o'clock start with Johnson & Wales winning the opener 7-5. JC Garrigan in the pitcher circle for Salve Regina in Game 2. And she is facing Megan Antaya, the shortstop, leading off for the Wildcats. Top of the first inning. Some changes defensively for the Seahawks from Game 1. Some newcomers getting some action in the field. Garrigan in the pitcher circle. That's a bouncer to shortstop Sarah Ribello. With sunglasses, she fires over to Lauren Packer at first. 6-3 on the putout. So Kendall DePrey behind the plate for Garrigan. Sophia Straza at third base. Sarah Ribello at short. Nikki Vanelli moves from third to second base in this game, and Lauren Packer moves from behind the plate to first base. Outfield is Courtney Lauder in left, Emily Angel staying in center, as that pitch is fouled right to the Seahawk dugout on the first base side. And freshman Talia Williams making her debut in right field. One out, nobody on base, and Kristen Frost at the plate. Frost was the winner in Game 1. 11 strikeouts for the pitcher. In the 7-5 final, that's grounded to Sophia Straza. Over to Lauren Packer. 2 down.
Now for the Wildcats, number 16, Kaylani Gamble.
Kaylani Gamble, the second baseman at the plate. Lineup for the Wildcats is Antaya, Frost, Gamble, Ramundo, Scales, Conroy, Fioli, who will be pitching as well, Megan Gerska, and Sherry Manalga. Not in the hitting lineup, but playing left field is Jessica Rinn. Gamble 1-1 against Garrigan. Gamble playing second base. Three and one count on Gamble. 2 outs, base is empty. And ball 4.
Now for the Wildcats, number 23, Summer Ramundo.
Designated hitter is Summer Ramundo, batting fourth in the Wildcat lineup. That's grounded up the middle. Ribello gets in front of the runner and able to make the throw. 6-3 on the putout. Seahawks will come to bat in the bottom of the first with Vanelli, Machado, and Garrigan due up. Leading off in the bottom of the first for the Seahawks is second baseman Nicky Vanelli. He was 0 for 1 in the opener, started as the third baseman, had a pair of sacrifice bunts before striking out looking in the sixth inning. Seahawks scored 3 times in the fifth and twice in the sixth. Trying to come back from a 7-0 deficit, ended up with a 7-5 defeat. Three-two count now on Vanelli. Sophomore from Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So it goes from a swinging strikeout to a ball 4 based on an illegal pitch. So the leadoff batter is on for the Seahawks. Vanelli at first, and the designated player in game 2 is Matty Machado. Grounds it to short. Steps on the bag, over to first, a double play for the Wildcats. Well positioned on that play. Base is empty for J.C. Garrigan. She's pitching in this contest and bangs it off the pitcher. And it's going to be a 1-6-3 play on that as Fioli deflected it to her shortstop and gets it over to first. So outs are recorded in many different ways. A 6-3 double play, but then a 1-6-3 single play. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left in the first. After 1 complete, it's no score here at Toppa Field. Third baseman Devin Scales leading off for Johnson and Wales in the top half of the second inning. No score here at Toppa Field. Salve Regina University softball versus Johnson and Wales University. That's into right field, right center. Dropping for a hit. Talia Williams picks it up and throws it in, holding Scales to a leadoff single. Sun is getting lower out in right field, so it's more and more challenging from this perspective, viewpoint-wise. Scales on first with a leadoff single. The first baseman, Jenna Conroy, at the plate, squares, bunts it foul in the box, off her leg. Sophia Estraza in tight at third base, anticipating the bunt. Lauren Packer also creeps in front of the bag at first. That's a strike. Throw down by Dupre to Packer. Gets Scales back diving to first. 0-2 count on Conroy. Straza still in tight. Scales is on first with a leadoff single. And Conroy at the plate. Initially in an 0-2 hole, and then an illegal pitch was declared. And now the discussion between head coach Janelle Quinto and home plate Rich Sarnia ensues. So a 1-2 count now on Conroy. Garrigan declared an illegal pitch. She's looking at her wristband, which all the Seahawk players now are wearing, part of their gear for games. That pitch fouled first base to Packer. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Pitch gets away from Dupre. Runner at first base advances, but the batter is out.
Now for the Wildcats, number 18, Livia.
So it'll be a KS for the batter and a WP for the base runner. Brings up Garrigan's pitching counterpart, Livia Fioli. And that pitch gets away from Kendall Dupre. It'll be a pass ball on the swing and the miss. Fioli pitching in this game did not appear at all in game one, but not only pitching but in the hitting lineup, as is Garrigan for the Seahawks. That's bounced foul, 0-2 on Fioli. Liv Fioli, a freshman from Cranston, Rhode Island. Cranston West graduate. Listed in the program as a pitcher and first baseman. Called strike 3. Garrigan gets her second strikeout, that one looking. Scales still at third base for the catcher, Megan Gerska. Gerska also making her first appearance of the afternoon. Bats from the left side. She's a freshman from Revere, Massachusetts, Burlington High School. Getting the catching duties in game 2. Swing and a miss on her first pitch. 0-1 count. Top of the second inning, scoreless. 2 down and a runner on third. That's Devin Scales. She led off with a single for Johnson and Wales. 1-1 count now. That's low for ball 2. Up high, 3-1. Gerska will be followed by the right fielder, Shari Minalgo. Minalgo did play in the opener. She also batted in the number 9 spot. She was 0 for 3 in the opener. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Full count now on Gerska. Scales on third, 2 down. A 3-2 pitch coming from Garrigan to Gerska. Just inside. Ball 4. Runners at the corners.
Now for the Wildcats, number 6, Sherry Minalga.
Minalga sees the first pitch go by for strike 1. Garrigan gets strike 2 on her second pitch. 0-2 count on Minalga. Gerska on first, Scales on third, 2 down. Top of the second, scoreless here at Toppa Field. Wildcats won the opener 7-5. That's fouled out of play. Coming back after it bounces off the backstop. Oh, the light pole. Count remains 0-2 on Minalgo. She bounces that foul off herself in the batter's box. Stays alive. Still 0-2. Garrigan wastes that pitch away. No chase by Minalgo. 1-2. Good job by Minalgo, fighting off all these pitches. Garrigan still has the advantage with the 1-2 count. That pitch up high. Minalgo lays off it. Evens the count at 2-2. Garrigan delivers. It's going to be trouble in shallow right field. It drops in. Base hit. Williams gets the throw across to Strasser at third. But it's an RBI two-out single by Sherry Monalgo. Top of the order, Megan Antaya. She grounded to shortstop Sarah Rebello to lead off the game. Grounded to shortstop Sarah Rebello. Over to Lauren Packer. 6-3 on the play. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left for the Wildcats. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Johnson & Wales.
Music compilation.
Welcome back. We are in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Johnson & Wales. Scoring in the top of the second. Lauren Packer, the first baseman, leads it off. First pitch swinging in the air on the right side. Foul landing. Packer caught the entire game in game 1. Batting in the third spot. She was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Led off the 6th inning with a triple. Started a 2-run rally. Seahawks got as close as 7-5. That pitch up high. Count now even on the Seahawk first baseman. Lauren from Manchester, Connecticut. She watches that pitch outside. Full count now. Leadoff batter here in the second. And ball 4. Packer works the leadoff walk. Brings up Sophia Straza from Wilton, Connecticut. Straza had a pinch hit RBI double.
Now for the Seahawks, number 22, Sophia
In
Straza.
game 1.
I mean, I don't even know why you girls bother at this point.
She's playing third base for the Seahawks in this game. Her pinch hitting appearance came during the 5th inning. Excuse me, the 6th inning. She pinch hit for Kendall Dupre. Her classmate Talia Williams is on deck, playing right field today. Swing and a miss there. Count now 1-2. Up high for a ball. That's grounded in the hole. Shortstop and through. Another base hit for Sophia Straza. She's 2 for 2 on the day. Pinch hit double in the opener, and now a single here in her first at bat in the bottom of the second.
Seahawks, number 12, Talia Williams.
Nobody out. Runners at first and second for Talia Williams. This is her first plate appearance in a Seahawk uniform. Williams wearing number 12, a freshman from Woonsocket, Rhode Island, Mount St. Charles Academy. Bats from the left side. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. She's followed by Kendall Dupre, Emily Angel, and Sarah Rebello. That's grounded back to Fioli. She struggles with it. Bounces a throw to first base. Gets the out. 1-3 on the play. Runners advance.
Seahawks, number 14, Kendall Dupree.
Packer now on third, and Straza on second. Fioli stopped it, so it didn't get too far away from her. Brings up the catcher, Kendall Dupre. Dupre batted in the fifth spot in the Seahawk lineup in game one. She was 2 for 3 with the RBI double in the fourth. Excuse me, an RBI single in the fourth, and then an RBI double in the sixth. Scored a run in the fourth. Fouls that to the backstop. 1-2 count now on Kendall Dupre. Right fielder in game one, catcher here. She's from Cranston, Rhode Island. Excuse me, Smithfield, Rhode Island. No, let me go with my first guess. It was Cranston, Rhode Island. Bayview Academy, which is in Riverside, Rhode Island. Able to lay off that inside pitch. Count runs full now on Dupre. 1 out. Pair of runners in scoring position. Seahawks trailing 1-0. And Dupre takes the walk. And Packer comes home on the wild pitch.
Now for the Seahawks, number 3, Emily Angel.
So Strasser advances to third on the wild pitch. And Packer ties the game on the wild pitch. No RBI on a play like that. We are tied at 1-1 in the bottom of the second inning. And Emily Angel at the plate. Angel playing center field. She's from Whitensville, Massachusetts. Angel played center field in the opener as well. Had an RBI single in the fourth. She was 1 for 3. Now has the bases loaded with just one out. Excuse me, first and third. Wild pitch scored a run, the tying run. And now that wild pitch gets Dupre in scoring position. She's at second. Straza's at third. Still just one out. Tie score 1-1. Phillies pitch up high, 2-0. That's low for ball 3. Following Angel in the order is Sarah Rebello, freshman from North Dayton, Massachusetts. Feely gets a strike right in there. Sophomore right-hander stands at 5'3" in the pitcher's circle. That's grounded to third base. Nice stop. And no play made. So it'll be an infield hit
Now for the Seahawks, number 11.
for Emily Angel.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on?
Straza held at third and Dupre at second. No force on the base pass, so Scales had to just be satisfied with a nice stop. Now the bases are loaded. For Sarah Rebello, freshman shortstop. Rebello 0 for 3 in the opener. In an 0-2 hole here. One out, bases loaded. One run in already for the Seahawks. It's a 1-1 game. Bottom of the second. That's rolled to shortstop. Only plays that going to be at first. She gets her. It's going to be an RBI ground out, 6-3 with an RBI for Rebello as all the runners advance. Straza scores. Angel down to second and Dupre on third. It was slowly hit. If Fioli could have made a play on it, she might have had a chance at home, but without her getting to the ball, Straza was going to score. So the Seahawks have their first lead of 2020. 2-1 the score. Back to the top of the order for the Seahawks. It's Nikki Vanelli. Runners are on second and third with 2 outs. Up high. 3-1 count now on Vanelli. Maddie Machado on deck, the designated player. That's hit in the air. Shortstop underneath it. Antaya with the play. So a P6 in your scorebooks. Retires the side here in the second inning. For the Seahawks, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors and 2 left. We head to the third inning. It's 2-1 Salve Regina. Kristen Frost, the center fielder in Game 2, the winning pitcher in Game 1, leads off the top of the third inning with her team trailing 2-1. Johnson & Wales scored its run in the top of the second. Salve came back with 2 in its bottom of the second. And Frost singles into right field. Talia Williams gets it into Nikki Vanelli at second base. A leadoff single for Kristen Frost.
Now for the Wildcats, number 16, Kaylani Gamble.
Brings up Kalani Gamble, second baseman. Gamble walked in the first inning. Gamble had a double in the opener and scored a run. Part of a 6-run third inning for the Wildcats. They took a 7-0 lead. Salve scored 3 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th to make it a 7-5 score. That was the final. That's rolled to second baseman Sarah Rebello. She glances at second, and Gamble got there quickly, so she had to throw down to, Frost got there quickly, so she has to throw to Packer at first to get Gamble out. 6-3 on the play. Runner advances. Summer Raimondo at the plate. That's grounded to Vanelli at second base. It'll advance Frost to third, but the out made 4-3. 2 down, Frost on third.
Now for the Wildcats, number 17, Devin Scales.
Devin Scales, the third baseman at the plate. She led off the second inning with a single. That's rocked to left field. Reaches the fence, and it'll be a run-scoring double. Tie score, 2-2 on the 2-out double by Devin Scales. She's 2 for 2 in this game.
Now for the Wildcats, number 25, Jenna Conroy.
So Frost scores after her leadoff single, moves around on a couple of ground outs, and then comes home on the 2-out double by Devin Scales. That's a couple of bounces to Rebello. She bobbles it, and reaching safely on the error is Jenna Conroy. Scales over to third. E6 on the play. First and third for Fioli. Livia Fioli struck out swinging in the second. She was the second and last strikeout victim for Garrigan, who's working in her third inning. Swing and a miss there. 1-1. 2-2 the score. Top of the third inning. Game 2 of a non-league doubleheader between Johnson & Wales University and Salve Regina University. That's ripped up the middle. Hard hit. Scoring Scales from third.
Now for the Wildcats, number 9, Megan Verska.
And the Wildcats back on top, 3-2. Fioli with an RBI single. First and second with 2 outs. Garrigan almost got out of the inning without any damage. That second run is unearned. Megan Gersker at the plate. Fouls the first pitch off. Gersker walked in her first at bat. Wildcats now lead 3-2. Pair of runs in this inning. That's rolled to first baseman Packer. She picks it up, applies a tag. So 3 unassisted. 3U in your scorebook. Side retired. But 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the third. It's Johnson and Wales 3, Salve Regina 2. Matt Machado leading off the top of the third inning here at Toppa Field. Game 2 of a non-league doubleheader. Johnson and Wales took the opener over Salve Regina University, 7-5. The Wildcats now lead the Seahawks 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. Machado hits it deep to center field. 2 hops to the fence. Machado rounding second, digging for third. She's in there safely with the leadoff triple.
For the Seahawks, number 17, J.C. Garrigan.
Well hit ball by Maddie Machado, the senior from Westport, Massachusetts. Bishop Stang High School. In her third year with the program, the senior transferred in. And now J.C. Garrigan, the pitcher, has a chance to help herself with some offense. Fouls the first pitch off. Big hello to the Cathius family in New Hampshire watching today. Jim and Linda and their son Nick. They're the family of Holly Cathius, who's assistant coach this season. That's rocked to left field. It's going to get over the head of Rin in left field. Garrigan with another RBI, and she'll slide or stand up at third with a triple. So back-to-back triples for the Seahawks. Tie the score at 3-all. Rin started in to make an attempt at that rocket from Garrigan, and she had to retreat. And I think we're going to have a pitching change for the Wildcats. It's 3-3 here in the bottom of the third. The lights are on at Toppa Field as we are just past 6 o'clock. A good amount of daylight still left, but let's get these lights on a little bit earlier so the adjustment can be made. Fioli will stay in as the pitcher, but the Wildcats have at least one hurler warming up in their bullpen, which is behind the third base dugout. Lauren Packer at the plate. She led off the second with a walk and scored. Scored on a wild pitch. That tied the game at 1-1. Seahawks took the lead 2-1. As Rebello had an RBI ground out in the inning. That's to right field, but foul. Sophia Straza on deck. She's got a double and a single today in only 2 plate appearances. Packer does a nice job laying off that off-speed pitch. Spoils that pitch by sending it foul. Seahawks are looking for a split of this doubleheader. We're tied now 3-3 in the bottom of the third. That's into right field. Now the Seahawks have a lead as Garrigan scores on Packer's RBI single to right.
Now for the Seahawks, number 22, Sophia Straza.
I mean, I don't even know why you girls bother.
4-3 the score. Garrigan and Machado both with triples back-to-back. And now Packer singles into right. Another visit by Kim Kamara Javi. She's in her 6th season out of the University of Rhode Island. She'll be bringing in a new pitcher, and it's Summer Raimondo, who is her designated player. So we'll take a break while Raimondo will take some warm-up pitches in the circle. Raimondo now pitching. So Raimondo's first batter she is facing is Sophia Straza, who's got hits in each of her first 2 collegiate plate appearances. An RBI double in the opener as a pinch hitter. And then a single in the second inning here in game 2. First 3 batters this inning have reached via hits, and it's forced the Wildcats into a pitching change. Fioli gives way to Raimondo. That's deep left field, hooking foul and landing foul. Straza got out in front of that pitch. Sent it down the left field line. Went a good distance, but landed foul. So a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Raimondo. Outside for a ball. 2-2. Machado led off with a triple. Garrigan followed with her triple. Packer singled in Garrigan. 2 runs in. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Seahawks back and forth with the Wildcats. Down 1-0, up 2-1, down 3-2, up 4-3. Ball 4. Straza reaches first.
Now for the Seahawks, number 12, Talia Williams.
That brings up right fielder Talia Williams. She bounced to the pitcher in the second. That advanced both Packer and Straza along the base pass. Packer scored the first Seahawk run on a wild pitch, and Straza came home on a Rebello ground out. Two big swings and misses. It's an 0-2 count on Straza. Excuse me, on Williams. Straza's on first. She drew a walk. And there's the first out of the inning. Strike 3 swinging.
Seahawks, number 14, Kendall Dupree.
And Kendall Dupree, the catcher at the plate. She drew a walk in the second inning. Got as far as third base, but was stranded there. Seahawks scored twice in that frame. Dupree offers to bunt at that pitch and misses for strike 2. 0-2 on the sophomore catcher. Played right field in the opener. And a swing and a miss. 2 straight Ks for relief pitcher Summer Raimondo. After walking Straza in the first batter she faced. Now she faces Emily Angel with 2 outs and 2 on. Seahawks with a 4-3 lead here in the third. Angel strike 1 on the pitch that crosses the plate. Angel singled in the second, delivering an RBI. That's to right field. In there for a hit. Packer around third. She scores. And into third for runners at the corners, Straza with Angel on first RBI single. 3 runs in the inning. Now a 5-3 lead for Salve Regina. Nice sharply hit ball to right field by Emily Angel. Shortstop Sarah Rebello at the plate. Angel on first, Straza on third. Rebello at the plate. A 1-1 count. Raimondo with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Raimondo walked Straza, who's at third now, before getting Williams and Dupre on swinging strikes. That's fouled off the backstop. Bounces back for the catcher, Gerska. Top of the order on deck. Nikki Vanelli in the circle. Karina Bushy just outside her dugout cheering on her teammates. Senior from Connecticut. That's fouled out of play. Rebello stands in there with a 1-2 count. Raimondo gets her sign and delivers. Swing and a miss. So Raimondo gets 3 Seahawks out on strikes. But the Seahawks tack on 3 runs in the inning for a 5-3 lead. We head to the 4th. It's 5-3 Salve Regina. 9-1-2 due up in the top of the 4th for the Wildcats, who trail now 5-3. Shari Monalgo at the plate. She had an RBI single in the 2nd inning. That came with 2 outs, so clutch performance for the Wildcat right fielder. That's ripped into right field. Talia Williams looking to make a play at first. Gets it in quickly, but safely there with the single is Monalgo. So back to the top of the order for the Wildcats. Megan Antaya, she's bounced twice to Sarah Rebello in this game. She was the number 2 hitter in the Wildcat lineup in game 1. Now she's at the top of the order. It's going to be a strike and a wild pitch. Bouncer back to Garrigan. She looks. Manalgo back to second and retires Antaya 1-3 on the play.
Wildcats number 3, Kristen Frost.
So Garrigan's done well against Antaya, 6-3, 6-3, and 1-3. Now she faces Frost. Frost led off the third with a single. She scored part of a 2-run inning for the Wildcats. That bounces in front of Dupre. She blocks it, but it gets away and enables Manago to get to third on another wild pitch. Ball 1 to Frost. In the air, just over the head of Nikki Vanelli, landing safely for an RBI single by Frost. Brings Manalgo home from third.
Lonnie Gamble.
It's 5-4 here in the fourth. One out with Frost on first base. Kehlani Gamble at the plate. Gamble 0 for 1, walked in the first. Bounced to Rebello at short in the third. That's a foul. So 0-2 count on Gamble. Rounded to Rebello. Flips to Vanelli for 1. Relay not in time, so it's a fielder's choice for Gamble. Frost out on the play. 6-4.
Now for the Wildcats number 23, Summer.
2 down. FC for Gamble and 6-4 for the runner Frost. Brings up the pitcher now, Summer Raimondo. She's 0 for 2 against Garrigan. Fouls the first pitch here off, out of play. Raimondo has bounced to Rebello at short and Vanelli at second base in this game. And the opener, Raimondo was 1 for 3. Had a double in the first inning and walked in the third. Scored a run in that inning. 5-4 the score here. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Salve Regina with the 1-run lead. 2-0 count now on Raimondo. She came in to relieve starting pitcher Livia Fioli. Last inning, Seahawks scored 3 runs to take a 5-3 lead. It's now 5-4. Soft liner, shortstop, Rebello fields it in front of the second base bag, throws over to Packer for the out, retiring the side. Good range by the freshman infielder. No 1 run on 2 hits, no errors and 1 left. After 3.5, it's 5-4, Salve Regina. First time at the top of the order for Raimondo, who came out in relief in the third inning. She faces Nikki Vanelli, Maddie Machado, and J.C. Garrigan. 1, 2, 3 in the Seahawk order in game 2. Vanelli against starter Olivia Fioli. 0 for 1, walked in the first and then popped to shortstop. She's in an 0-2 hole here against Raimondo. Raimondo, a sophomore from Lincoln Park, New Jersey. DePaul Catholic High School. Stands at 5'7" in the circle. She started this contest as the DP, now the P. And that's up the middle through. Vanelli with a base hit.
Now for the Seahawks, number 2, Maddie Machado.
And now Maddie Machado bats with Vanelli on first base, leadoff single. Machado led off last inning with a triple. She scored on J.C. Garrigan's triple. Garrigan on deck. If Emily Angel were on deck, it would be a true 1-2-3 batting order for the Seahawks. Nikki Vanelli 1, Maddie Machado 2, Emily Angel 3. She's lower in the batting order as J.C. Garrigan wears number 17. Throw down at first. Vanelli back. Strike call. So it's 0-2 on number 2, Maddie Machado. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Batter is out. But the base runner may advance. And does. So Vanelli gets this second on the wild pitch. And it's a strikeout for Machado.
Now for the Seahawks, number 17, J.C. Garrigan.
Garrigan at the plate. She drove in Machado with a triple of her own. Her first at bat, she hit starting pitcher Fioli off her leg. It caromed to the shortstop Antea, and she made the play over to Conroy for the final out of the first inning. I'm not sure if there was any injury on the play to the pitcher. She came back for the second and third innings. Did not get out of the third inning as the first 3 batters, Machado, Garrigan, and Packer, all had base hits. 2 triples and a run-scoring single by Packer. Packer's on deck. Garrigan at the plate. 5-4 the score. Vanelli on second base. She led off with a single. Count now 2-1 on J.C. Garrigan. She's pitching in this contest with the left fielder in the opener. Swing and a miss, strike 2. For the Wildcats, 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Seahawks, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Wildcats scored in the second, third, and fourth innings. Seahawks batting in the fourth. Full count now on Garrigan. Seahawks scored twice in the second, 3 in the third. Let's see them put up a 4 spot here in the fourth. Garrigan does a nice job spoiling that pitch. We are approaching 6:30 on March 11. Seahawks and Wildcats in Game 2 of a non-league doubleheader. Good eye by Garrigan. She takes ball 4. She's on first base. Vanelli on second. Still just 1 out for Lauren Packer. Packer has scored a pair of runs in this game. She scored the Seahawk first run in the second after a leadoff walk. advancing to third base and then coming home on a wild pitch. Swing and a miss there. And then she had an RBI single in the third, bringing home J.C. Garrigan. She later scored when Emily Angel had a 2-out RBI single to right. Finelli on second, Garrigan on first, Packer at the plate, Raimondo in the circle. Here's the 1-1. Low, ball 2. Umpires are Rich Sarney behind the plate and William Schmegner out on the base paths. The 2-1. To shortstop. Vanelli held, even though there was a force at her base. So fielder's choice for Packer. Garrigan to second, and Vanelli out 6-5 on the play. Brings up Sophia Straza, freshman from Wilton, Connecticut, 5'6" infielder, playing third base in this game. Pinch hit appearance in game 1, had an RBI double, and in this game, she has singled and walked. Also scored a run in the second. That's fouled out of play. So runners at first and second, 2 down. Seahawks holding on to a 1-run lead, 5-4 in the bottom of the fourth. In the air, right field is drifting foul and landing foul. No play from Monalgo, Conroy, or Gamble. Straza gets a piece of that high pitch and fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. Scales and Conroy both even with the bags at the corners. That's the shortstop, Antaya. Underhand flip in time to get Packer from first base, so it's a fielder's choice for Straza. And out on the play is Packer, 6-4 with the putout for the Seahawks in the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It's 5-4, Salve Regina. Welcome back to Toppa Field. First pitch as a Seahawk for Maddie Fluke. And second pitch, she gets a ground out induced to Nikki Vanelli over at second base. 4-3 on the play. Off the bat of Devin Scales, the third baseman. So Maddie Fluke, who was a sophomore at Salve Regina from Douglas, Massachusetts, not too far from her junior teammate, J.C. Garrigan, the starting pitcher. Garrigan goes 4 innings. She's in line for the victory. If the Seahawks can hold on, they currently lead 5-4. Conroy batting here. 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out and reached on an error. There's a pitch from Fluke. Another bouncer to Vanelli. She ranges to her right. Gets it over to Packer for out 2. Back-to-back 4-3 plays in your scorebook.
Now for Wildcats number 18, Livia Fioli.
Brings up now the offensive player, or OP, Livia Fioli. She was a starting pitcher, essentially in the DH spot, or DP. Fioli had an RBI single in the third. Struck out looking. That's up the middle. Another hard hit by Fioli. Her RBI single in the third was also well struck. She's on first base with 2 outs. And the catcher, Megan Gerska, from the left side. Gerska 0 for 1, or walk, and bounced to Packer unassisted. That ended the third. First pitch strike in there from Maddie Fluke. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fluke wears number 13. No doubt she's looking forward to this Friday. Friday the 13th. Outside for a ball, 1-2. That's bounced to the right side. Backhand stop by Packer. She throws to get the force. So it'll be a fielder's choice for the batter, Megan Gerska, and Livia Fioli is out. 4-6 on the play. I guess Packer did not want to make the turn. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Seahawks with a 5-4 lead over the Wildcats. Welcome back to Toppa Field. Some changes both offensively and defensively. First pinch hitting is Drew Sepatelli. She pinch hit and bounced to third baseman Devin Scales. So 5-3 on that play. New catcher for the Wildcats is Gamble, moving from second to behind the plate. And the new catcher, a new second baseman, is number 10, Cameron Fritsch. So now pinch hitting on successive plays is Janelle Quinto. Sepatelli for Williams, and now Bronya for Dupre. Grace Bronya, freshman from Narragansett, Rhode Island. Pinch hitting here. Foul. 1-2 count on Bronya. Wearing number 6, she's an infielder. And went to the Prout School, which is in South Kingstown, Rhode Island. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. So first 2 outs recorded by pitcher Raimondo.
Number 3, Emily Angel.
Brings up Emily Angel. She's 2 for 2 in this contest, including an RBI single. Actually, a pair of RBIs. She drove in Straza with a run in the second, and then Packer with the third run of the fifth, and now she's 3 for 3. Single to center field. Keeping this 5th inning alive for the Seahawks. Brings up another pinch hitter for Salve Regina. Coach Iaquinto doing a great job of getting a lot of new folks into the lineup. This is junior Julia Kurt. Kurt pinch hitting for her neighbor, Sarah Rebello. Kurt and Rebello both from North Dayton, Massachusetts. Rebello playing shortstop in her first 2 collegiate games. And Kurt pinch hitting here with 2 outs in the 5th. Emily Angel on first base. Seahawks 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Wildcats 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Raimondo with the pitch. Inside for ball 2, 2-0. Hannah Filio alongside on production and live stats. Many thanks to her. Low and inside to Kurt. This is the 9th spot in the batting order. On deck, top of the order, Nikki Vanelli. Vanelli singled in her last at bat. Kurt with the 3-0 pitch coming. Just across the letters, 3-1. That stays low, and Kurt lays off of it. She draws the walk.
Now for the Seahawks, number 1, Nikki Vanelli.
So 3 straight pinch hitters for the Seahawks. Correction. 3 out of 4. Angel hit for herself and got the single. Vanelli bats with 2 outs and 2 on here in the 5th. Seahawks holding on to a 1-run lead. Quinto doing a nice job of getting as much of her bench involved in this game. That's a little popper in the infield, and under it is Conroy at first with the final out of the 5th. For the Seahawks, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It's 5-4 Salve Regina. Fluke back to pitch, and bottom of the order, Cherie Managla at the plate. Managla has hits in her last 2 plate appearances, and she scored in the 4th. That makes it a 1-run game, 5-4 the score, as we are here in the top of the 6th inning. Into right field, and getting through. All the way to third base is Managla. A single and then 2 errors. Get it to third.
Now for Wildcats, number 11, Megan Antaya.
That's a shortstop. Play at the plate. And she's out. Fielder's choice for the batter. Rebello coming home with a sharply hit grounder
Now for the Wildcats, number 3, Chris.
by Antaya. And gets the out on the lead runner. Now there's 1 out runner on first instead of runners at the corners for the Wildcats. So Rebello, who was pinch hit for by Julia Kurt, who drew a walk, re-enters the game and makes a strong play from shortstop to home. Kendall Dupre also re-entered, and she made the put out. Bounce it back to Fluke. Over to Packer. Out number 2. Runner advances to second.
Now for the Wildcats, number 16, Kaylani Gamble.
Grounder to Vanelli. She stops it, gets it to Packer, and the out. So the Seahawk escapes some dangerous situations. A leadoff runner on third base after a base hit and 2 errors. She's gunned down at home by Sarah Rebello. And then Fluke stays steady and gets the next two batters out. Welcome back to Toppa Field. Despite the activity, it was a relatively quick top of the sixth inning. No runs, one hit, one error, one left for the Wildcats. Defensively, Alexis Falsigno goes to left field, and shifting from left to center. Not sure I have it. And Maddie Machado gets a leadoff single to left center for the Seahawks. Oh, Jessica Wren, she's in the flex position. Okay, so we have a new flex. Frost is in left. Machado is going to steal second. JC Garrigan at the plate. She's playing left field now. She's grounded out, tripled and scored and walked in this game. Okay, so 14 for the Wildcats. They're both wearing sweatshirts out in the outfield, so it's tough to tell their numbers. But 14 enters the game, and she is Alexis Falsanago. She was in game 1, freshman from Branford, Connecticut. She is now batting in the second spot in the order for the Wildcats, playing left field. And Jessica Rinn, the left fielder, shifts over to center. And both Alexis and Jessica are wearing sweatshirts, so it's tough to see their numbers.
Now for the Seahawks, number 9, Lauren Packer.
So Machado with the leadoff single to left center. She steals second. Garrigan draws the walk. Nobody out, 2 on for Lauren Packer. Seahawks with a 5-4 lead, batting in the bottom of the 6th. They hope to make this their last at-bats just by getting 3 outs in the top of the 7th. It's opening day, now night, for Salve Regina and Johnson and Wales. The Wildcats won the opener 7-5. Seahawks lead this contest 5-4. Two on, nobody out for Lauren Packer. She's 1 for 2, walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the third, had an RBI there as well, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. We have a conference on the mound, so we'll inject our own music for this break. So Kristen Frost was out of the game momentarily, as she is now facing the third batter of this inning. She started the inning on the bench after Alexis Falsanago replaced her in left field. She must have been warming up in the bullpen. Frost, that is. Because Frost is now the pitcher and replacing Falsonago in left field is Kayla Pryor, who played in game 1 and now has her first appearance here in game 2. Again, sweatshirts are being worn by all 3 outfielders for the Wildcats, so unable to identify their uniform numbers. And that's ball 4 to Packer. That loads the bases with nobody out.
Now for the Seahawks, number 22, Sophia Straza.
I mean, I don't even know why you girls bother at this point. Like, keep it up. It's me. I win.
Machado led off with a single. She's now on third. Garrigan walked. She's now on second. And Packer walked. She's on first. For the Seahawk third baseman, Sophia Straza. Straza, a freshman from Wilton, Connecticut. Has a double and single today. In this game, she has a single, a walk, and a reach on a fielder's choice. So she's been on base every time she's come to the plate, although her fielder's choice grounder ended the inning. Lays off that pitch. 1-2. On deck is Talia Williams. That's foul. Just over the head of Conroy at first base. We've just passed 7 p.m. on Wednesday, March 11. Seahawks and Wildcats in game 2 of a doubleheader. 5-4 the score here. Wildcats won the opener 7-5. Seahawks with the 1-run lead, looking for more. And coming home on the wild pitch, Manny Machado. As all runners advance. Now runners at second and third, no force. The 1-2 pitch, foul to the backstop. Sorry, that was a 3-2 pitch. Count remains full. Straza back to the pitcher. Frost overhand throw to Conroy. Gets the force there for the first out. 1-3 on the play.
Now for the Seahawks, number 12, Talia Williams.
Now Williams will re-enter the game. She was the starting right fielder. Was lifted for pinch hitter Cepatelli in the 5th. Cepatelli played it in right field, and now Williams is back. One out, 1 run in. It's a 6-4 score. Talia Williams at the plate. Williams, a freshman from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Started this game in right field and now is back. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Williams bounced back to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. And Frost is the 3rd pitcher for the Wildcats in this game. She threw a complete game victory in the opener. 7-5 was the final, and she struck out 11 Seahawks. Strikes out her first Seahawk in this game as Williams down on strikes. Brings up the catcher, Kendall Dupre. 2 outs. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Dupre lays off the high one. 1-0. Dupre, good chance to add to the Seahawk lead. Swing and a miss there. 1-1. Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Packer on second, Garrigan on third. Both reached via walk. Machado led off with a single. She scored on a wild pitch. Swing and a miss. Count even at 2-2. In the air, but foul. And no play made by Conroy. 2-2 still the count. Dupre at the plate. Frost on the mound or circle. Garrigan at third and Packer at second. Another foul to the backstop. Here's a 2-2 from Frost. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Frost gets the final 2 on strikes. Adds to her total on the season, now with 13 Ks in 2 games. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left for the Seahawks. We head to the top of the 7th inning. 6-4 the score. Salve Regina leads Johnson and Wales. Maddie Fluke back in the pitcher circle for the Seahawks, looking to earn her first save as a member of Salve Regina softball. She's helping out starting pitcher J.C. Garrigan, who moved to left field. Facing left fielder Kayla Pryor. So while they do have sweatshirts on, the Wildcats also have numbers on their sweatshirts, so that's approved gear for softball. Seahawks added some insurance run in the 6th. Foul tip into the mitt of Kendall Dupre. 1-2 count on Pryor. Seahawks defense has Straza at third, Rebello at short. Benelli at second and Packer at first. Foul. Outfield for Salve Regina, left to right, Garrigan. Second game starting pitcher, now in left field. Angel in center. She's been there for both games today. Williams back in right field. She started this game. To center field, and Emily Angel drifting to her left makes the grab for out number one.
Now for the Wildcats, number 17, Devin Scales.
Brings up the third baseman, Devin Scales. Scales 2 for 3 in this game. Pair of singles and 2 runs scored. Facing Fluke for the first time. She rips that up the middle past a diving Nikki Vanelli.
Now for the Wildcats, number 25, Jenna Conroy.
We may have a pinch runner for Scales at first base after her single with 1 out. Jenna Conroy at the plate. Gabby Farino, the pinch runner at first base. First pitch in there from Fluke, a called strike. Foul out of play quickly, an 0-2 count on Conroy. Fluke with the 0-2 pitch. Missing low and away. Outside, 2-2. 1 out. Leadoff batter Kayla Pryor flew out to center fielder Emily Angel. She's shaded to the right center side of her position. Behind pitcher Maddie Fluke. To Rebello at short. Flipped in Vanelli over to first. Safe there. Good effort by the Seahawks to go for a game-ending double play. But Conroy beats it out. Fielder's choice. I think many fans here thought it was over, even those cheering for the Wildcats. Recognizing a good play by the 6-4-3 combination on the Seahawks. Rebello, Benelli, and Packer. 1 out on that play, 2 outs in the inning. Wildcats up to their final batter. Starting pitcher now designated player, Livia Fioli. She's got a 3-hit game going. Pitch bounces in the dirt. And out! So a caught stealing for Kendall Dupre as the pitch bounced in the turf. Jenna Conroy tries to get to second base, but she's out. Caught stealing. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left in the top of the 7th for the Wildcats. Final score here from Toppa Field in Game 2. Salve Regina 6 and Johnson & Wales 4. 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for the Seahawks. 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Wildcats. Both teams now are 1-1 on the season after splitting today's doubleheader. Thanks for joining us on tonight's broadcast. Thanks to Hannah Filio for production and live stats. My name is Ed Habisher. Have a good night, everybody.